Welcome back to Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the home of the Carolina Disco Turkeys. It's a big one here tonight as the Carolina Disco Turkeys look to bounce back after a tough road trip. They got the win last night against the Locos, and they look to keep things rolling as the Martinsville Ponies have made their return to Winston. I'm Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me, bringing you all the action. Let's get into the game day gobble, Brett. Brett, this should be a very good game. Two good teams. They've struggled recently, but Carolina has gotten some momentum lately.
And Carolina's got this team's number, so to speak, too. 2-1 in their matchups against them. The walk-off victory that came in the inaugural home game for this club a couple of weeks ago, and then that big 6-run second inning up in Martinsville last Tuesday that seemed to at least get this offense going to some degree. And yesterday, a lot of that same offensive mentality showed up.
Should be a very good game. The offense was working well last night, as was the defense and the pitching. What are your keys to the game tonight?
Well, just that. You got to keep things the same. Build off what happened yesterday into last night. Keep that momentum going into the night. Pound the strike zone, number one. Number two, make smart plays defensively. Number three, quality at-bats, and don't try to do too much with guys in scoring position. There were a lot of really productive at-bats with guys on and guys not trying to do too much, which has been the problem early on.
Had a couple of sac flies last night, a couple of RBI ground outs, so some good work all the way around. And some of that came from some key players. Who's your player to watch tonight?
It's going to be Kix Farrell for me. He's starting at shortstop tonight. And for me, it's not just with the bat, and we know he's going to get it going there, and he's been hitting the ball pretty well thus far since arriving. It's defensively. He made a heck of a play last night, and then Boone, when he got his other start at shortstop, made two of the best plays we've seen all season to this point. So on both sides of the scorecard, I'm looking for big stuff from Kix tonight.
And that'll bring us into the starting lineups presented by Foothills. Try any of Foothills Craft Brewing or Coffee at any of their 3 Triad locations. For more, check out foothillsbrewing.com. We'll start things off for the Martinsville Ponies. The visitors leading off is the second baseman, Lucas Burnett, followed by Bennett Newey, the right fielder, and number 11, Grayson Chitwood, the first baseman, batting third. The cleanup man is Lucas Boziger, the third baseman, followed by Graham Dalton, the shortstop, and Hunter Hutchinson left. And then Shaheem Pinnell is in center field, batting 7th. Michael Morrison, the catcher, batting 8th. And number 5, Justin Steens, the designated hitter, batting 9th. On the mound for the Ponies is going to be number 17, Kobe Van Bogart. He threw 8 scoreless innings against the Greensboro Monarchs in his last start. And he'll try to keep that momentum going against the Disco Turkeys tonight. Leading off for the Disco Turkeys is going to be number 3, Dion Tubbs, back in his normal center field spot after a night off last night in the win. Logan Conklin goes to the designated hitter spot, batting second, as same thing as last night. Austin St. Laurent playing third base tonight rather than his usual shortstop and batting third. Henry Kohler is in the cleanup spot tonight, a little bit of a change. He's playing in left. Dino Tharp gets the start at first base, batting 5th. Kix Farrell, the shortstop, batting 6th. Trey Newman, the catcher, batting 7th. Kason Haggard at second, batting 8th. And in right, it's Dane Stewart, number 14. And on the mound is Nick Macadon for the Disco Turkeys tonight. His first start in a while. It's good to see him return to the mound. He had fallen out of the top 3 in innings pitched on the team after John Owen had gotten a couple of starts, but Macadon is looking to get back on the mound and throw with some intensity that the Disco Turkeys sorely need if they want to start a winning streak tonight. We'll bring you back to Truist Stadium after the lineups are called out here in Winston, and we'll bring you first pitch here between the Ponies and Disco Turkeys right after this. We'll welcome you back to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home of the Carolina Disco Turkeys here at Truist Stadium. Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman on the call beside me. And it's Nick McAdon on the mound for Carolina to get things started here. Top three due up for the Ponies in this inning are Lucas Burnett, Bennett Newey, and Grayson Chitwood. They've got a pretty good hitting lineup so far this season. They're averaging almost 8 runs per game. They've got 70 runs across in their first 9 games, and they've given up 92 in comparison through the same span. They come in with a record of 4-5. Carolina sitting at 4-9. So one of these two teams will get their 5th win of the year.
Something's got to give.
And for McAdon, this is his first appearance on the mound in quite some time. I believe it's since the first trip to Boone, if my memory serves me correctly.
I think you are right, and he was pretty good early on in that game. And there were times where it got away from him a little bit. A lot of it wasn't really his fault, but I liked what I saw from him in that ball game, and I believe this is his first start at home.
It definitely is that. I can tell you that for 100% sure. We're all set to get underway here in Winston. Sit tight, relax, and enjoy as McAdon fires the first pitch, and it's lined into right center field for a base hit to start things off exactly how Martinsville planned.
Yeah, a little ambush tactic right there. Not even waiting him out to see what he's going to bring. Burnett wasting no time, goes to the opposite field right there. Good hack on the fastball, deposits it into right center, and the wheels are moving for Martinsville.
So it'll bring up Bennett Newey, the right fielder. McAdon fires, and it's in there for called strike 1.
Now immediately you also force him to pitch out of the stretch, too. A good job to get ahead right there with strike 1, important.
Newey, the appeal. Yes, he did go around. It's 0-2.
Had him guessing that time.
I'll try to pick off Burnett, but the throw's not in time. Good idea, though.
Yeah, good thing to keep him honest over there. Leadoff man, 1-pitch base hit. You know what he's thinking.
That one's upstairs to Newey. Good idea. Right call, but it's high for ball 1.
Yeah, it's a good waste pitch right there, especially after the previous pitch he chased up at about the same spot.
Step off to throw over to Burnett again. Still safe at first.
Yeah, Burnett's quick, so a couple of throws to keep him honest, I think, is the right move here, especially early on.
Here's the pitch from McAdon, 1-2. It's lined to short and caught safely by Kix Farrell for out number 1.
Yeah, big-time first out right there. Soft liner, but luckily for Carolina, right at Kix Farrell. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Doesn't try to fire back to first.
Runner's first baseman, number 11, Grayson Chitwood.
And so it'll bring up Grayson Chitwood with 1 out here in the top of the first. Burnett still on first base. First pitch to Chitwood is grounded foul. It'll be strike 1.
A really good pitch, though, down in the end to start off the at-bat. Guy like Chitwood wants to get extended. That's a good way to prevent him from doing it. Come down and in.
Step off, throw back to Burnett at first. Oh, 1 the count to Chitwood. Here it is. Breaking ball swung on. This could be 2. Tharp to Farrell for 1. The throw back to first, not in time, so it'll be a fielder's choice, but there are 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, good play right there by Dino. Able to get down on that thing, field it on the backhand. That's exactly what you want to do. Get out in front of it, get the lead man. And Chitwood can run for a guy that hits in the 3-hole. So it would have been tough to get to, especially when a ball hit that slow, but Dino made the right play right there to get the lead man instead of trying to go tag first.
And a good job to come farther into the infield to make sure that that throw wasn't going to get blocked up by Burnett, who was running into second. Here's the first pitch to Lucas Boziger. It's a called strike 1. McAdon has been putting in work on the mound in this first inning.
I love what I'm seeing so far from him. He's attacking the strike zone. He's attacking these hitters.
0-1, swung on and missed. 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Good action on the cut fastball right there, up and away.
Boziger down 0-2. Chitwood on first. That one is hit very hard, but foul to the right side.
That one made its way into the parking lot. That was a hack and a half right there. But so you guys, you and I well know, Graham, probably one of the bigger bats in this lineup. So
Oh, for sure.
can't afford to miss over the heart of the plate again like he did right there. He's lucky he's getting a baseball back.
0-2, here it is. Outside corner, called strike 3. Macedon has been on fire early in the first inning. Still scoreless. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. No runs on 1 hit for Martinsville. Carolina gets their turn at the plate after this. We're back here in Winston-Salem as Carolina is ready to start things off in the home half of the first. It's Dion Tubbs back in the leadoff spot after a night off. D. Hawthorne got the start in center field last night. This will be Tubbs' 11th start of the year, and the first pitch to him is grounded to first base. Fielded cleanly by Chitwood. He'll make the play unassisted for out number 1.
Dion still made that play a lot closer than it would have been with a lot of other people busting it out of the box, but I don't mind the first pitch swing right there. You saw the same thing in the top half.
Both teams going out swinging on the first pitch. For Martinsville, it was a base hit. For Carolina, ground out to first base. Here's Logan Conklin. That one is lined into center. Pennell trying to get under it, and he won't. It's a base hit for Logan Conklin.
Well, here's the downside of when you pound the strike zone as a pitcher. And guys they read it. You get loud noises like that, and you get swings early in the count too.
Logan Conklin with that base hit to center field has tied Dino Tharp for the team lead in hits. That was his 11th of the year.
2 pitches, an out, and a base runner.
Austin St. Laurent in the box. Here's the first pitch to him. It's an off-speed outside. Ball 1.
That's not a bad pitch right there on the outer half.
That was a very close pitch, too. Thought that one might have gotten called for a strike. Fortunately for Austin. Fortunately for Austin, it was ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Another off-speed. That one will be in there for strike 1. And that might be one that St. Laurent wishes he could have back.
Right idea on both those pitches, but yeah, if you're St. Laurent in the box right there, that's a cement mixer that you're coming unglued on half the time if you can recognize it.
1-1 is high for ball 2. St. Laurent has yet to swing at 1, and he's ahead in the count. Conklin on first. 2-1 pitch. swung on and grounded foul to the first base side. Count will even.
You can see the mindset here from Austin after the first 2 at-bats, only went 2 pitches.
Austin's trying to get that pinch count
He's
up.
trying to work the count. He's doing a good job of doing it right there. He spoiled a really good 2-1 pitch.
And I'll tell you why they're doing that, specifically with Van Bogart in just a second after this 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 3. The last time that Van Bogart pitched against the Disco Turkeys was the walk-off win in 11 innings. I believe it was 3 weeks ago now. It's been a while, 2-3 weeks ago. And when the bullpen went into that one, as that one's lined foul by St. Laurent, the count will stay full. When the Ponies had to turn to their bullpen, that was when Carolina really broke it open offensively. So you want to make sure that you can chase Van Bogart at some point.
And they left him in that game a lot longer than I think they would have liked to, because
He threw 120 pitches.
At that point, they were strapped, and I mean strapped for pitching depth.
Here's the 3-2 to St. Laurent. That one's lined same spot, a little bit higher into left field, and that one will be yet another foul ball. And St. Laurent is doing his job effectively. This one up next will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
I think you would have liked to keep 1 or 2 of those fair at least, but
Would have certainly been a double, and Conklin, knowing his speed, he might have scored from first.
that short porch down there and the way that wall kind of curves, you never know what kind of carom it can take.
You really never know. Full count pitch yet again. Here it is, and it's fouled back by St. Laurent, this time truly backwards. Came back into the stands and nearly hit someone. It's nothing but an extra pitch on the counter for Van Bogart, though. As you see Jeff Davis strut out from the dugout to deliver some balls to the home plate umpire.
Kirk Cabana will pull some out of the sequin jacket out of his stash.
Beautiful day for baseball here in Winston, and it looks like it's going to be this way all weekend long. Could not be more excited to have baseball back here with the Disco Turkeys at Truist. 3-2 again. Conklin's off and running, and that's going to be lined into left field. Despite the hit and run being on, with the placement of the base hit, Conklin will have to stay at second, but what a phenomenal at-bat for Austin St. Laurent.
Yeah, you said it right there. It was the placement of the base hit. If that's anywhere else in the ballpark, Conklin's going to at least third base. I love the idea, especially 3-2. And as you said, a great at-bat by Austin St. Laurent as well. And what he couldn't do on those previous 2 pitches and getting around on that middle-end pitch, he does right there and gets it through the 6-hole.
And also, Austin St. Laurent was 0 for 2 last night. First game since his first as a Disco Turkey that he was hitless. Broke up a 3-game hitting streak. Good to see him back in the hit column. Here's Henry Kohler. First pitch is off speed, called strike 1.
Might have gotten a bit of help on that call, but nonetheless.
Kohler was the hero last night. Pinch hit double, 2 RBIs, and they were the difference in the 5-3 win over the Locos.
One of the biggest at-bats of the season, biggest hits of the year last night from this kid.
0-1 pitch is low, ball 1.
He's been one of the most consistent bats for this ball club, as we talked about all year.
Kohler from Davidson College. He's played in 11 games this year. This is number 12. He started in 11 of the 12. Off speed is hit to second. This could be 2, 4, 6, 3 not in time. Conklin's rounding to score, and the throw beats him by a mile. It's out number 3. And that'll do it for the home half of the first. Conklin tagged out. It's a 4-6-3-2 double play to end the first for Martinsville. We'll go to the top of the second. Still scoreless here in Winston. We're back here in Winston to start the visiting half of the second inning. It's Graham Dalton, the shortstop, taking called strike one for the first pitch from Nick Macadon, who made quick work of the Ponies in the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's outside, ball one.
Need to keep the same MO on the mound if you're Nick Macadon. Keep attacking the strike zone and coming after these hitters. Did a really good job of that in the first inning.
1-1 pitch.
Oh, look out.
Breaking ball. He lost control of it, and it's 2-1. Hunter Hutchins, the left fielder from UNC Greensboro, is on deck. Two-one pitch to Dalton is low and outside, ball three. And now Dalton's ahead big time.
First 3-ball count we've seen from Nick so far, but not too awfully concerned. They've been good pitches.
That one's over the plate. Dalton thought about it, checked up. Still a called strike two, and now the count's full.
It probably would have been a ground out had he swung at it anyways. It's a really good spot. That's where he tried to go with the previous pitch.
First full count of the game. Here it is. Wow, what a spot, and a great frame from Newman to boot, but it's ball four.
Yeah, that's one of those that can go either way. And when you get behind in the count 3-1, a lot of times the home plate umpire is not going to give you that call, but it's when he certainly won on the mound. But like you said, good spot, good frame, great pitch. You can't be too upset with that, but it is a leadoff walk, which are never good.
So for the second consecutive inning and the third consecutive half inning, I apologize, the second consecutive inning, that's right, the Ponies have a leadoff man aboard. First pitch to Hunter Hutchins is outside for ball one. It seemed like the leadoff man was aboard for Carolina simply because the first two plate appearances went by so quickly. 2 plate appearances, 2 pitches in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-0 to Hutchins. That one's outside again, ball two.
Yeah, good decision here by Trey to go out and have a chat here with Nick. Make sure they're on the same page here. Make sure he's got his control down. Different story this inning than last, but not too much concern, I would say, for Kirk Cabana and this coaching staff.
AC Plum and Ben Tanman both available to come out of the bullpen tonight should they be called upon. Here's the 2-0. That one is outside, ball three.
Yeah, I didn't miss by much, though. It's a good pitch.
So the second consecutive 3-ball count from Macadon after yielding none of those in the first inning. 3-0 pitch. That one's over the plate, strike one.
Yeah, better delivery that time, better motion, a little bit more straight lined. It's kind of diving towards the outer edge of the plate, trying to aim it that way.
Throw back to Dalton as he was taking his lead. He's back in time. Safe at first.
I don't want to forget about him over there.
3-1 pitch is fouled off, and Macadon's back in the count. Second consecutive full count for number 18.
Good job by Macadon to battle back into the count.
Macadon from Windermere, Florida. 3-2, off and running is Dalton. The hit and run. It's into right. This could be big. It's going to drop for a base hit. And Dalton will elect not to move for third.
Probably the right move, too.
And if Stewart had hustled over just a little bit more, he was just a few steps away. If he had gotten over a couple more steps, he could have doubled off Dalton at first. Instead, it's runners on first and second with no outs.
Yeah, it looked like it hung off long enough to make a play on it, but it just didn't get a good read on it off the bat, and better to play it safe and play it in front of you.
That sun is brutal in right field at this time of the night. We saw it last night. Jeff Davis having trouble with the ball over there. A great breaking ball as a called strike one to Shaheen Pinnell.
We haven't seen a whole lot of breaking balls here early on from Nick, but we know he's got a good one, and he just showed it right there.
0-1, a great job by Newman behind the plate to keep that one from the backstop, and runners will remain on first and second, 1-1 count.
Yeah, mark that down if Macadon's able to get out of this inning unscathed.
25 pitches for him now. Here's the 1-1 to Pinnell. Swung on and missed. Got him fooled. 1-2 count.
He couldn't have hit that with a boat oar. Way out in front of it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. And again, Newman will get just a bit of a glove to that. And the count evens at 2.
Had the same idea as the 2-1 right there, the 1-1 right there.
Off and running is Dalton for third. It's ball 3.
No throw. It looked like they might have had a play on him, but then again, if you throw down, guy at first is
Hutchins
probably
gonna go.
The guy at first is reading it, so you don't throw there. You keep the double play.
I'd be willing to bet money Hutchins is moving on this pitch, and Macadon knows that.
He knew it.
Tharp's not covering first though, so no throw.
And
And
Trey
now he'll
Newman
step
is calling
up.
it back over there. Yeah.
You got to hold him on there to keep the double play alive.
And
with no
Macadon was
outs.
about to let go of it until he noticed nobody was covering.
And Pinnell is walked, so the first 3 batters are aboard for Martinsville here in the top of the second. This could be trouble.
Yep, this is not a good start to the inning for sure. It's not one that Nick wanted, and one that anybody in white wanted thus far.
So this will be his 30th pitch of the appearance. And it's Michael Morrison in the 8th spot. And don't be fooled, this guy normally bats cleanup. Yo-Yo is outside for ball 1.
Didn't miss by much, though. Good pitch to bounce back on.
On deck is the designated hitter, Justin Steens, in the 9-hole. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Macadon. That one's over the plate, called strike 1. Good pitch from Nick.
Really good pitch right there. And the first one didn't miss by much, so 2 really good pitches to start this at-bat.
Working quickly, here's the 1-1 from Macadon. That one's grounded to short. This could be 2. Farrell throwing to third, and the tag is put on by St. Laurent. So there is 1 out in the inning and runners on first and second, but the run will score courtesy of Graham Dalton. It's 1-0 Martinsville.
Bases loaded, nobody out. You will all day and twice on Sundays take the out for the run right there. Plus, it's a good play by Kicks to throw on to third and get what was at that point the lead man, because you've already conceded the run scoring. Get the lead man there, keep the double play in order with an out in your pocket.
That's great base running from Graham Dalton. It's Justin Steens. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike 1. Steens has really struggled at the plate so far this season, especially against Carolina. In 6 plate appearances against the Disco Turkeys, he struck out 5 times. 0-1 pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Here it is. That one is fouled off. And now 2 strikes against the number 9 man with Lucas Burnett, who led off the game with a first pitch single on deck.
You got to be aware of that on the mound.
One, 2. Grounded back up the middle. This could end it. Farrell, Haggard, Tharp with a great pick to end the inning, and a double play will get Carolina out of it. 1 run on the board on 1 hit and 2 walks for Martinsville, but that's all they get with the bases loaded and no outs. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. Carolina down 1 here in Winston. We're back here in the bottom of the second. Carolina down 1-0 after Martinsville got on the board first in the top of the second. But it's Dino Tharp to lead things off for Carolina. And first pitch, he will reclaim sole possession of the team lead in hits after Logan Conklin tied him with 11. That's Tharp's 12th. And the second in the last two games, second of the weekend. He's aboard first pitch, first hit.
Wasted no time right there, getting right on that first pitch, getting his lead back.
Next up, the shortstop, number 27, Nick Sparrow.
Tharp leads the Disco Turkeys with 5 multi-hit games this season. Keep in mind, he's only played 9.
It's astonishing.
Farrell in the box. He's made a couple of stellar plays in the infield. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike 1.
Not a bad take right there. That's a rollover ground ball double play. It's almost impossible to get your hands pulled in time to rip that through the hole.
0-1 to Farrell. Is grounded to the left side.
That might be a
Van
knock.
Bogart can't get to it. The throw will be wide of the mark. Chitwood couldn't get to it. And Dino's going to get all the way around to third on that one. And Farrell is standing up at second after the error made by the third baseman, Boziger.
Put the ball in play. Good things happen.
I'm going to rule that an infield base hit.
Yeah, I'm going to roll that a single and then the error. I was just about to say the same thing. With his speed, that's a knock all day, every
Farrell
day.
getting his second hit as a Disco Turkey. So he's now 2 for 11 on the year. And now the Disco Turkeys are in business. Newman at the plate. And he had a pretty good day yesterday.
Best day I think we've seen from him offensively so far.
He'll swing on that first pitch. 0-1 now.
A big-time hack right there.
Newman 1 for 2 last night before getting subbed out as part of the mass substitution that Carolina put in place. He's got 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. The 0-1 pitch is another breaking ball, this one inside, ball 1.
Outfield shading him towards left center, so he's got plenty of room down the line if he's able to pull it that way. Entire outfield is shading him towards the center of it, so room down the right field line as well, protecting the gap.
1-1. That one is popped up. Going back for it is Morrison, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
That's a big first out at that for Van Bogart. So Nick McAdon limited the damage last inning. Van Bogart trying to do the same thing here with second and third, and now 1 out in his pocket to play with here against Haggard.
So Haggard at the plate, and the number 9 hitter, Dane Stewart, on deck. First pitch from Van Bogart to Haggard is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. 0-1.
Again, just like with Farrell, that's a good take.
You can see the shadow starting to move into the infield. And that one is lifted into left field. It won't get deep enough to be a sac fly, I don't think. Tharp will fake the tag, but it's an F7 for Haggard, and quickly 2 outs on the board for Carolina.
Yeah, can't afford to leave those 2 guys stranded out there, especially after you get a gift like the error there to put 2 guys in scoring position with nobody out. And now you're Van Bogart, you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this thing. But with Dane at the plate, in Carolina's aspect of things, you're 1 pitch away from getting 2 home.
First pitch to Dane Stewart, swung on and missed, strike 1.
And tried to put 3 home on that one.
Number 14, right fielder, Dane Stewart.
Dane Stewart, this is his 8th start of the year, 10th appearance. He's batting .240. The 0-1 pitch to him is high for ball 1. He's got 6 hits on the year. He's done very well at the plate. He does have 3 doubles out of those 6 hits, but he's also struck out 11 times. Big boomer bust guy at the plate for Carolina. He'll pop that one to the right side on the 1-1 pitch. It is going to get out of play, and it'll be strike 2.
Yeah, just got far enough over towards the bullpen.
So the Disco Turkeys in danger of stranding 2 in scoring position. Big spot for Dane Stewart. 1-2. He'll lift that one back into right field. This one in a similar spot. Going over for it is Chitwood, and he can't find that one either. Count still 1-2.
They had the tarp to deal with. Tough play to make over the shoulder as well.
The leadoff man, Dion Tubbs, is on deck. Should Stewart reach. 1-2 again. That one's grounded back to the mound. Van Bogart can't get to it. This is going to be a tough play, and Stewart won't be able to beat it out. It's a ground out to end the inning. Graham Dalton making the play, and the Disco Turkeys will indeed strand 2 in scoring position. We'll go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Martinsville.
Promote your local business. Contact us.
Looking for an opportunity to promote your local business? Contact us today to become a sponsor of the Carolina Disco Turkeys. Opportunities start at just $100 per season. So to learn more, email sponsorships@discoturkeys.com. That's sponsorships@discoturkeys.com. We're back here in Winston-Salem, where we'll start the top of the third. Both teams leading off with their leadoff man to start the third inning, and it's Martinsville's turn first. As the visitors, it's Lucas Burnett, the second baseman, starting things off. He had a first pitch single to start the first inning, and the first pitch to him this time will be taken for strike one. Macedon worked his way out of trouble, relatively speaking. Bases loaded, no outs in the top of the second, and only one run was plated. Pretty good defensive work from the Disco Turkeys behind him, as the count evens at 1 to Burnett. Fouled off, and it loudly echoes off the facade here in Winston. It's 1-2.
Don't think I've ever heard that sound before.
I haven't either. I thought something was going on with the construction out behind left field. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And Macedon starts the inning off the right way with a strikeout.
I like that better. I like that sound a lot better, I should specify.
So it's Bennett Noe stepping into the box. He lined out to Kix Farrell at shortstop his last time up. First pitch from Macedon, misses ball one.
Not a bad pitch, though, 0-0 breaking ball. No, he's not looking for it.
That one misses as well, ball two. Macedon this year on the mound. This is his third start, fourth appearance overall. He's on the hook for 3 losses so far this season. That one's fouled off, getting him back in the count, 2-1 count. 17 earned runs to go with 10 strikeouts and 19 hits over 12 2/3 innings pitched. That's before the 2 1/3 that he's gotten through today. But this is the strongest outing we've seen from him in a Carolina uniform, as the count has ran up to 3-1 on Bennett Noe.
His second straight inning, he's gone to a 3-ball count. Not good for the pitch count.
3-1, here it is. Outside, ball 4, and he issues a walk to Noe. So it'll bring up Grayson Chitwood, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. That was the 45th pitch of the afternoon/evening for Macedon. We're here in the top of the third. With a pretty hefty slate of games this weekend, it's hard to imagine that Macedon won't go deep into the game no matter what. That one is grounded sharply first base side. Tharp got to it, but it was in foul territory. It'll be 0-1.
No harm, no foul on that one. It was a good pitch, too, to start off the AB.
I'd like to see that from Macedon getting ahead in the count. He thrives when he is able to get in that position. First pitch strike is a big key for him. 0-1, a great breaking ball that gets in there, 0-2.
That was a beautiful bender right there. Buckled Chitwood. It's the spot you want to go with that if you're going to go away with it to a lefty. Right there on the outside corner.
Tharp holding on Noe. Here's the 0-2. It's in the dirt, and they've got Noe in a rundown between first and second. The pump fake from Farrell. He'll tag him for out number 2.
And that's a 1,000 IQ play, if you will. Because if you're in the pickle, you are 100% expecting to throw to go back to the first base and then expecting to dart and dive like it's a tennis match. Kicks wasn't having any of it. He pump faked, and then as a runner, you really don't know what to do at that point because you weren't expecting that to happen. It's a 1,000 IQ play right there. Super smart to get second out.
Here's the 1-2. And it's grounded to the third baseman, St. Laurent. He sits back on it. The fire is in time. What a
throw.
A great throw across the diamond from St. Laurent in time to set the Ponies down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go, and it's 3 outs in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. 1-0 Martinsville. Carolina's chance to get back on the board after this. We're back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where the Disco Turkeys have found a way to work around base runners quite a bit so far in this young game. Dion Tubbs, leadoff man, start things off here in the home half of the third. He'll take the first pitch outside, ball 1. Van Bogart so far, 28 pitches, 2+ innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no runs. And he's had to work around an error in the field as well. No miss on that 1-0 delivery, 2-0. That one misses again, 3-0 to number 3.
This is not the guy you want to walk.
Especially with nobody on first. So he has free range on the base paths. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Called strike 1. Tubbs was on his way out of the box.
And I can't say I blame him. That looked a little bit
I was
outside.
always taught you never make your way out of the box until you've heard the call because it can change the umpire's opinion. Sometimes they'll ring you up when it was a ball. 3-1, that finds its way into the zone as well. Full count.
Well, that was a strike regardless, but
Van Bogart hung one, and Tubbs did not make him pay. Here's the 3-2. Makes him pay for that one, grounds it back up the middle, and it'll be a leadoff single for Deion Tubbs. And he's gunning for second. Pennell was lackadaisical, and that's a double for Deion Tubbs.
Wow.
He stayed on the bag.
Oh, my goodness. Deion, prime time. Look at the wheels.
You
Pennell,
watched-
as you said, it was lackadaisical in center field, and he took full advantage of it. He held R1 around first.
I was watching him round first, and you could see the gears start to turn about when he got to the bag, thinking maybe I can get two from this, and I guarantee you Tubbs is the only guy on this team who's even thinking about taking two on a ground ball like that.
And the only guy that can make it happen.
The throw beat him there, but it was to the right of the second baseman from Pennell's perspective, Burnett. It led him away from the tag, and Tubbs slid over the bag. He was very fortunate to have kept that back toe on. And so it's a leadoff double for Deion Tubbs. What a way to start the inning.
They got to take advantage of it.
He'll bring up Logan Conklin, who's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. And Conklin called time to collect himself. Tubbs on second, St. Laurent on deck, and in the hole is Henry Kohler. Van Bogart, off speed, 0-1.
A good pitch to start off the at-bat right there.
And on that pitch, it was the same thing as Tyler Lloyd last night for High Point in Thomasville. You could kind of see he shortens up his delivery on an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, eventually this lineup is going to find a way to recognize that.
0-1, fastball all the way, it misses ball one.
You can see it pretty clearly, too, as delivery changes from an off-speed to a fastball, so he's definitely tipping his hand on it.
He follows through all the way if he's throwing fastball, but off-speed, he kind of shortens up a little bit, keeps his head up.
There
like
it
he
is.
did there, off-speed, and Conklin swings and misses, strike two.
Well, it's got so much movement to it and movement late,
It doesn't
too.
really matter. Even if you know it's coming, you can't hit it.
Exactly.
So 1-2 count. And a quick turnaround to keep Deion on the bag at second. It's the right move there from Van Bogart, even though nobody's holding him on.
Oh, he'll go if he thinks he can.
Here's the 1-2. Tubbs leaning, and it'll be ball two.
He threw him off a little bit.
And that's the advantage that somebody as speedy as Deion on the base paths can give you.
And look, he knows his role out there, too, right now.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He's off and running for third, and a hit and run is through. Deion's going to score on the base hit from Logan Conklin. An RBI single on a 2-2 count from Logan Conklin. It'll make him 2 for 2 on the day. He reties Dino Tharp for the team lead in hits with that big single up the middle. And it's 1-1 here in Winston. Still no outs in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, good stuff all the way around right there. First off on the hit and run, Conklin, compact swing, right back through the box, solid base hit. Tubbs scores easily. Tie game, it's a brand new ball game, and you got somebody on here with nobody out.
Conklin on first, St. Laurent, and a throw over to Conklin. And Chitwood will return it to Van Bogart, the lefty. Henry Kohler on deck, and Dino Tharp in the hole. First pitch to St. Laurent, an off-speed swing and a miss, called in the zone anyway, strike one.
It was a good hack, though.
Throw back to Conklin. Oh, one to St. Laurent is lifted high into left field. And settling underneath it is Hunter Hutchins. He'll make the catch for out number one.
He did not miss that by much. Just got under it, and as we know, it's not too terribly far out there to straightaway left, so if you get a hold of one. I think that's one, if you ask Austin, he'd like to have back.
Henry Kohler.
So it'll bring up Henry Kohler, who grounded into a fielder's choice that ended up being a double play. 4-6-3-2 to end the bottom of the first.
That was not easy to score, mind you.
Conklin's off and running for second. The throw late, and it won't be in time as Conklin is in standing up with a stolen base.
Yeah, Morrison double clutched it, and Conklin, for a catcher DH guy, he's got some wheels on him, and you saw it right there. Got a really good jump off a left-handed pitcher, and have a little bit of a chat here with Kobe.
So that is the third stolen base on the year for Logan Conklin. One-0 count here to Kohler. He'll sit back on that off speed in there anyway, 1-1.
Not a terrible take right there. It's not his pitch, and it's not one you're going to do a whole lot with regardless.
Kohler checked his swing. Definitely did not go around. Good call. It's upstairs 2-1.
Good discipline, good take too.
2-1 pitch. Breaking ball that hung over the plate, and it's fouled off by Kohler. It's going to get far out of play, and it nearly struck an unsuspecting spectator. Could have been dangerous, but instead it's a souvenir. 2-2 count.
Hey, they ain't kidding when you come in the ballpark and they tell you to be alert for foul balls. I would say it's a good thing netting's been extended mostly everywhere, including here.
2-2 pitch. High, ball 3. And Van Bogart in danger of filling the first two bases for Dino Tharp, and you know what he can do when he gets to the plate.
And they're holding him on at second. Kind of, sort of, so there's a big hole on the left side right there.
3-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 4. And it's the first walk of the afternoon for Van Bogart. And it comes at possibly the worst time. Carolina's got momentum at the plate, and their big bat, Dino Tharp, is coming up.
It's the exact guy you want up in this situation.
Would not be surprised to see some kind of double steal hit and run in this situation whatsoever.
No doubt.
On deck is Farrell. Tharp 1 for 1 on the day. He'll ground that one to third base. This could be 2. Electing to just take the 1.
That's an odd decision.
Is the third baseman Boziger.
Well, he could have easily tagged Conklin right there and then tried to go to first. I mean, at the very least, you try to get the lead man there, at least you would think. You just score that as a regular run-of-the-mill ground out. Now you got 2 in scoring position with 2 down for Kicks.
And Kicks is 1 for 1 on the day. Had that infield base hit in the bottom of the second, and then advanced to second on the error by Boziger at third. Already 6 hits for the Disco Turkeys today. Big time for number 7, potentially. The first pitch to Farrell is upstairs, ball 1.
You're shading him towards the gaps, too. Room down the lines.
That one's fouled off.
Heads up.
1-1 count. This next pitch will be the 50th of the afternoon for Van Bogart, as the sun has definitely begun to set here in Winston-Salem. It's nearly made its way to the mound. The third base area is now completely covered in shade.
Yeah, but the right side, per usual, is
still very
directly
sunny.
In the sun.
Here's the 1-1 to Farrell, and he'll swing on that one, foul it back into the seats. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Fair amount of souvenirs tonight. Oh, no. Well, come on. Don't throw it back. What are you doing? Somebody got the wrong idea. This isn't Wrigley. We hold on to the foul balls here, guys.
1-2 pitch. It's high, ball 2.
The young fan corrected his mistake. Good job.
2-2 to Farrell. Off speed is fouled back. Count will stay at 2-2.
Good cut right there, though. He's right on it. And gets another one in that spot. It's going somewhere.
Farrell 2 for 11 as a disco turkey. Chance to make it 3 for 12. Here it is. And it's lined into the 5-6 hole. That's going to be an RBI single for Kix Farrell. Conklin Stores being waved around is Kohler, and the throw will get him.
That was a heck of a throw right there. My goodness.
Absolute rocket from left field, and Hunter Hutchins will get Kohler out. And hold on, I think we're going to talk about potentially
blocking the plate there,
blocking
maybe?
the plate. I don't think Cabana's going to have any luck with this call, as Kohler didn't even get to touch the plate. And I'll be honest, I think he has a little bit of a case.
He might have a little bit of a point.
Because Morrison
it looked like
sidestepped.
Yeah, he sidestepped and kind of stuck his leg out.
But we'll take you to the top of the fourth. The Disco Turkeys get 2 back. It is 2-1 Carolina. And they've taken the lead as we go to the fourth. And we'll take a break as Boogie leads the fans in the YMCA here.
Boogie
Back in
and
Carolina
the Baseline
after this.
Boys.
We're back here in Winston-Salem, top of the fourth inning. The Disco Turkeys are up 2-1 after an RBI single from Kix Farrell. It's Lucas Boziger leading things off for Martinsville. The first pitch from Macedon, who's back out on the mound, is fouled off for strike one. Working quickly, and it's a quick another strike. 0-2, Boziger's behind. He struck out on 3 pitches his last time up to end the first. See if Macedon can set him down in similar fashion. 0-2 pitch. Nearly got the outside black, but it's 1-2.
Wasting no time, coming right after him again in this AB.
52 pitches now for Macedon. This will be number 53. Here it is.
Look out.
Off-speed lost all control of that one. But luckily it won't hurt him too badly. Counts even at 2.
Yeah, good time to go grab some rosin. Maybe not. That is a legal substance, by the way, just for the record.
A legal, not illegal.
A legal substance.
2-2 is fouled back, and the count will repeat.
There is no spider tack in the rosin bag, we promise, that we know of.
Don't say that.
No, I can guarantee you there's no spider tack in the Disco Turkey rosin bag.
2-2 outside, ball 3.
Good job by Bozinger to battle back into the count here.
Full count pitch. Deep right field. Stewart will turn back, and that one is off the wall. Boziger's heading for third, and Stewart has just now picked up the ball. It's a stand-up leadoff triple for Lucas Boziger.
The wheels on the big fella right there. It took a crazy carom. You can kind of see on that wall out there, if we can get a look at it, where there's padding and then there's kind of that concrete-ish material above the padding. That's what it hit off of, and that's what made it take that super weird carom to the right of where Dane Stewart thought it was going to go. And that's what allowed Bozinger to get the extra base.
And Macedon is fortunate that that wasn't a home run, because Boziger got every bit of that ball.
Off the bat, it looked like it might get out into the first row of those seats out there over the Wake Forest sign.
1-0 to Graham Dalton. Here it is, swing and a miss. A back pick for Boziger. If St. Laurent had been expecting it, that might have been a much closer play.
Yeah, he was leading right there.
It's a 1-1 count to Graham Dalton at the plate.
At the very least, you keep him honest.
It's a good idea from Trey Newman, especially with a right-handed batter.
Exactly.
It's a tough throw. Good job to make it. Breaking ball 1-1 is outside. Macedon's got to be careful with that with a runner on third.
Yeah, right now, especially in this situation.
Working quickly, 2-1 from Macedon. He spikes it. Boziger's going to come in. They've got time to make the play. The throw from Newman. And he got him.
Wow. What a play. Great job by Macedon to get off the bump. But how about Trey Newman busted his tail back there to get to that baseball and making a perfectly executed toss right over the center of the reverse side of home plate, and a great tag by Macedon as well. It wasn't a bad slide by Boziger to try to get underneath the tag, but a great tag by Macedon.
So we'll go back to the at-bat at hand. Graham Dalton has a 3-1 count to him, and he'll line it into left field, and Kohler's not going to get to that one, but he'll cut it off. A good angle was taken, and so it's a single for Graham Dalton to get the Ponies back in business with another base runner.
Yeah, it's a real good angle right there.
61 pitches now for Macedon, and it'll bring up Hunter Hutchins. He's made a couple of great plays in the field so far. Anytime you call an outfielder's name multiple times in the first couple of innings, the throw to Tharp on the pickoff attempt got wild.
Well, Tharp just dropped it. I mean, he flat out dropped it.
Got away from Tharp, and I really don't know if he was expecting it from Macedon.
I don't think he didn't look like it either.
So now, yet again, a runner in scoring position for the Ponies and only one out. Count still 0-0 to Hunter Hutchins.
You're right back in pretty much the same situation again.
I don't know who I'd charge that error to.
I'd probably charge it to Dino. I mean, look, I'm going to side with him in the fact that he probably wasn't expecting it.
But you got to catch that ball when
But you
it's
got to
right to
catch
you.
the ball. It's thrown right to you. It's not like the throw was offline by any stretch.
1-0 count to Hunter Hutchins. He's 1 for 1 today. It's outside 2-0. Hutchins had that single that dropped into right field, advanced to second on a walk, and then was part of a couple of fielders' choices, actually. He was the one who was tagged out by St. Laurent on the throw from Kix Farrell at short. This one is popped up over foul territory, first base side. Tharp's not going to have room. It'll be strike one.
Really good crowd here tonight for our first Thirsty Thursday here at Truist Stadium.
The 2-1 pitch is grounded to Cason Haggard by Hutchins. Not a whole lot of hustle from him, to try to beat that one out. The throw from Haggard was clearly in time. Out number 2. And there are 2 gone for Shaheem Pennell. With a runner on third, it's Graham Dalton.
Yeah, Pennell's got big power, though. Would not be at all shocked if he swinging for the downs here with 2 down and the guy at third.
Pennell walked his first time up. That time he'll foul it back into the netting. And Newman will catch it off of the netting. Still counts it as only a strike, though. Good job from Trey Newman.
He just wanted the applause. If we know Trey like we know Trey, he'll do that for the applause.
Newman is the nephew of the Winston-Salem Dashes manager. So he's no stranger to Truist Stadium. And
Nah, he knew where that carom was going.
Nick McAdon, no stranger to the strike zone right now. He's got Shaheem Pinnell behind 0-2.
Which is a good thing for everybody in white.
That one's outside. Good chase pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, Fish ain't biting on it. Good pitch, but a good job by Pinnell to lay off on that.
Side note, here at Truist, they still have the scoreboard as 1-1. It is 2-1 Carolina, as that one is grounded to the left side. The play to be made by St. Laurent, and another missile from Austin St. Laurent will set down Shaheem Pinnell, and the Disco Turkeys get out of trouble. No runs on 2 hits, and 2 different runners made it to third, and neither of them scored. It's 2-1 Carolina. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th after this break. We're back here to start things off in the bottom of the 4th. Carolina holds on to a 2-1 lead over the Ponies of Martinsville. It's the bottom 3 in the order to start things off for Carolina, and Trey Newman will line one deep and high into right field, but very far foul for strike 1. Newman popped up in foul territory to the catcher, Michael Morrison, his last time up. Kason Haggard is on deck with Dane Stewart in the hole behind him. Newman pops that one up foul again. It's 0-2. Newman has had a problem lately with popping balls up at the plate. He did it a lot when we were in Boone this past weekend.
Yeah, you can tell from his swing mechanics, too, he's trying to hit the ball up.
Did get a base hit last night. So a good sign from Newman, but back to that pattern in the 2nd inning. Let's see if he can break out of it here. 0-2. The pitch from Van Bogart is high for ball 1.
That looked like a breaking ball that didn't do a whole lot of breaking. A lot of times when you get the grip on the seams like that and it doesn't get, it's not firm enough.
That one is lifted foul yet again, first base side.
Onto the concourse, where I'm sure folks are milling around for the half-price 16-ounce beers this evening, which if you're still not here at the ballpark, you can still make it out before the 7th.
Here's the 1-2. And Newman knew it. Called strike 3. It'll sit down the leadoff man for Carolina.
Yep, there's nothing you can do about that. Just a great pitch on the inner half. He knew it too. As you said.
Second baseman, number 24, Jason Haggard.
First pitch to Kason Haggard, the Disco Turkey second baseman, is inside for ball one. Haggard, one of the two infielders from West Texas A&M. The other one kicks Farrell. Both of them have been stellar in the field lately. That one does find the zone. It's 1-1. Van Bogart putting it over the plate to Haggard. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Off speed is lined by Haggard into center field. Pennell coming in and a diving catch. Did he hold on? It dropped. Home plate umpire making the signal. Shaheem Pennell not able to hold on to the line drive from Kason Haggard, and he's aboard with a base hit.
That would have been a spectacular play if he could have held on to it. But fortunately for Kason and Carolina, unable to keep a hold of it, lost it on the way down to the ground. And now you got a base runner with one out here and need the 9-hole guy to get something cooking.
It's Dane Stewart. He grounded out to the shortstop to end the second his last time up. If he grounds out to shortstop again, this time it'll end the inning as well. Double play ball in effect after Stewart falls behind 0-1.
Infield, the double play depth too, so big time hole on the left and right sides of the infield.
0-1. Stewart checked his swing, but he fouled it off, and he is upset with himself about that. It's 0-2. The Shadows here at Truist have made their way completely over the rubber.
Gets tougher to see the ball at the plate at that point, too, as you well know.
And it's harder to see when you can see the ball clearly in the pitcher's hand while it's in the sun, and then it immediately moves into the shadows. Motion over, throw back to first for Haggard. Just keeping him honest. Deion Tubbs, leadoff man on deck. Grounded out his first time up and had that double. Stretched a single into a double, I should say. Here's the 0-2 to Stewart. It's high, ball one.
Yeah, good waste pitch right there, though.
Tubbs, one of two that came around to score in the bottom of the third for Carolina. Logan Conklin, the other. 1-2 to Stewart, though. Here's the pitch, off speed, and Stewart turned around on it, but skied it straight behind home plate. And you could hear it hit off of the structuring here at Truist.
I did miss it by a ton, though. It's a hanging breaking ball. Just a little too anxious on it.
And Van Bogart has thrown a lot of those.
Well, they're floaters. I mean, it's almost like he's doing it on purpose.
It's worked. Here's the 1-2. Outside ball two. Good discipline from Stewart not to chase at that one.
Yeah, really good fastball up and away. That's one 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to go after, especially with 2 strikes trying to protect the plate, but really good take.
Two count. Off speed, got him to swing at it and blew it by him. Another strikeout for Kobe Van Bogart. That's number 2 on the afternoon. Both of them coming in this inning, and it's the second out in the inning. It'll bring up Deion Tubbs.
It's a good time for that off-speed pitch right there. Had him swing out of his shoes on it. Dane just trying to do a little too much in that at-bat.
Top of the order back up. Haggard's off and running. The off-speed is in there. Haggard is safe at second. A good job.
That's a heck of a slide right there to get underneath the tag. Because the throw beat him.
The throw definitely beat him. It was a great jump from Haggard either way. And I missed the call at the plate, but I know for a fact that Haggard is in at second with a stolen base, his first of the year. The pitch to Tubbs. It almost hit him on the arm.
Ball 2 now.
It's ball 2, though. Tubbs swings and misses at that one. It's strike 1.
That off-speed pitch is working for him so far. I mean, he's getting guys to fly open and flail at it every time he throws it, pretty much.
I believe we just got the signal that the count is 1-2 to Dion Tubbs.
Interesting. That changes things.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled off, so now it's certainly 1-2.
Good hack there to fight that one off, though. Tough pitch on the inner half. Dion likes to get extended, we know that, and you can see the MO from Van Bogart is to come in on him and prevent that from happening, try to get him to roll over one.
Haggard in scoring position with 2 outs. 1-2 from Van Bogart, called strike 3 on a ball that was up at the neck, and Tubbs will be sat down. So Van Bogart strikes out the side. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Carolina still holding on to a 1-run lead. They've out-hit the Ponies 7-4, and they've outscored them 2-1. Top of the 5th here in Winston after this. We're back here in Winston. The first pitch from Nick Macadon to Michael Morrison, the catcher and number 8 hitter, is on the ground. The play to be made by Farrell at short, and it's in time to Dino Tharp, out number 1.
That's a way to start the 5th inning right there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And it's the 70th pitch of the outing for Nick Macadon. Only allowed 1 earned run through 4 1/3. Pretty good afternoon for the Floridian. First pitch to Steens is inside, ball 1. In case you were wondering, Macadon has now matched his season high for innings pitched with 4 1/3. The last time he had hit that mark was also against the Ponies.
And that was in relief.
It was in relief on June 5th.
Relief of what was a great first outing.
Actually, I apologize. It was in relief of AC Plum. That was the Saturday game.
Oh, that is correct, yes.
The count to Steens is 2-1, and he fouls it off, so now it's 2-2. Through 105 pitches that afternoon, in what ended up being a 9-2 loss for Carolina. We're back here in Winston-Salem for the bottom of the 5th inning. Carolina holding on to a 2-1 lead, and it's the 2-3-4 due up. Logan Conklin set to lead things off, and an eephus from Van Bogart is in there for strike one. We're just crossing off our summer bucket list all weekend long, it seems.
The bingo card is going to be full by the end of this week, I'm telling you.
0-1, back to the heater, and it misses high, ball one. I guarantee you that was a dugout bet.
Oh, yeah. There's no way that's a sign from the catcher. There's no way he calls for that.
75th pitch from Van Bogart is high for ball two to Conklin. Still no action in the Martinsville bullpen.
This is their, I guess you would say, endurance starter, to put it mildly.
2-1, another eephus, and that one hit Conklin.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
man, that's got to hurt. I mean, you get a pitch that fast coming in at you in a spot where it just didn't get hit at a good spot, and you get a pitch coming in there at 95 max. I mean, that stings right there. Actually, it was more like 65 max probably, but.
Oh, there's no way it was even 65. That looked like about 45, 50.
I thought this was real baseball, not wiffle ball.
It'll bring up St. Laurent. Another eephus is over the plate for strike one, and I bet I know exactly why he's doing that. I would venture to guess that Martinsville does not have much of a bullpen behind him for this game, and so he's trying to save his arm as much as he can.
Yep.
Kohler on deck, Conklin at first. That pitch to St. Laurent is in the dirt, ball one. As I mentioned, Van Bogart already approaching 80 pitches now in the bottom of the 5th. Conklin is 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts tonight. 3 for 5 on the year. 1-1. Another eephus misses 2-1.
Just above the letters, it looks like. Not a bad pitch, though.
St. Laurent 1 for 2 on the day with a single into the 6 hole and a fly out to left field on a very well hit ball. And Kohler, who's on deck, has walked and grounded into a fielder's choice.
Look at bats all the way around so far.
That one is lined through the 5 hole by St. Laurent, and it'll be a single for him. Back to his multi-hit game ways. Was hitless last night, but he's atoning for it tonight. 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
Yeah, good swing right there. Didn't try to do too much, whether it come out of his shoes on that kind of eephus-style off-speed pitch. Stayed true. Kept the bat head through the zone, barreled it up, and shot it through the 5-6 hole.
So for St. Laurent, that's hit number 8 in game number 6. How do you do number 12?
Shout out Eric Collins.
Henry Kohler nearly was hit by that first pitch. Dodged it because he knows what he can do if he gets a hold of one that's coming in that slowly. It's 1-0.
Yeah, real difficult to get out of a way of a pitch that's moving at that high a velocity.
1-0 in the dirt. Morrison having to work behind the plate. He asked for a new ball. 2-0 count to Kohler. And this may be where we see the wheels fall off for the Ponies. 2 on, no outs, and Van Bogart is practically throwing batting practice. Here's the 2-0. High ball 3, and 1 pitch away from loading the bases for number 17, Dino.
Wait a minute.
Tharp caught Van Bogart napping, and he stole third base. Excuse me, Conklin stole third base.
Yeah. Wow. That ball's still alive until he steps back on the rubber.
Great move from Conklin for his second stolen base of the day. 3-0 pitch over the heart of the plate, strike one. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm Kurt Cabana, I'm giving Kohler the green light on that pitch.
Absolutely.
So now definitely a hitter's count for number 15 from Davidson. St. Laurent on first, Conklin on third. Here's the pitch. Holds back on it again. Looked like it had a little bit of tailing action, and might have gotten outside
Yeah, but
for Kohler's liking, but it was a good pitch.
Good job behind the plate to get the call, too, bring it back in towards the corner.
3-2 pitch with no outs, and Kohler will call time. If you're keeping up with our shadow tracker, it's now made its way out to the 6-hole. 3-2 pitch. And Kohler able to hold off on that one. It's
Great
a walk, and the bases are loaded with no outs for the big man in Carolina's lineup, number 17.
Now's the time and the place and the situation to bust this thing wide open. Bases loaded, nobody out against a guy on the mound that is clearly laboring. This is a smell blood inning right here.
It seems like Martinsville has done absolutely nothing in an effort to help out. Tharp fouled that one back.
They've almost left him out there to dry at this point. I mean,
so let me put it to you this way. In every single game that Dino Tharp has started and gotten a hit in the same game, he's gotten 2. He's 1 for 2 tonight. See if that changes.
let's hope he didn't jinx it.
I said it the last time he got a hit, and it didn't jinx him that time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High for ball 1. Well, the problem for Tharp, if he wants to get hit number 2, won't be him getting a hold of one. It's going to be, is he going to have a pitch to hit?
Exactly. That's something you can't guarantee at this point, and there is no action still whatsoever.
Van Bogart up to 88 pitches now. Here's the 1-1. Great spot right on the inside black, 1-2.
That's a great pitch on the inner half right there.
First time that Van Bogart has been ahead late in the count in this inning. Here's the 1-2. Tharp grounds it to short. This is going to bring in a run. Did not hit the runner St. Laurent, so it'll be a fielder's choice for Tharp after Kohler is the force out at second, but coming in to score is Conklin, so an RBI for Dino Tharp.
Yeah, and it was hit slowly enough to where they couldn't even turn 2, and a good job out there by St. Laurent to get out of the way of the ground ball, because if he gets hit, he's out, and then if you get the out at second, then it's a double play. So now you got first and third, one out, and still not the worst spot right now, and you get to run home.
And Kix Farrell is at the plate, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Good to see him turn it around. After he had been 1 for his first 10, he's 2 for his last 2. That slow pitch is high for ball 1. Farrell having none of it. Kix batting .250 on the year. He squares the bunt, and it's a fantastic push bunt into the shift. It's going to be an RBI single for Kix Farrell.
That's beautiful. Oh, as a self-identifying baseball purist, I love a good push bunt. And that right there was as perfectly executed as it gets, right between first and second base, right on the lip of the infield. Kix has wheels. He's busting it out of the box. He knows it's a knock.
Have a day, Kix Farrell. 3 for 3 at the plate, 2 RBIs, and an opportunity to get a run across as he's the runner on first with just 1 out in this big inning for Carolina. St. Laurent came in to score on that push bunt single, and the fans are getting into it here in Carolina.
Good stuff right here.
Trey Newman is at the plate. Tharp is on second, Farrell on first. Here's the pitch to Newman, and he is getting a hold of that one.
I missed
it's not as deep into left as I had initially thought, but he made very solid contact on that pitch, and it ends up being an F7, 2 away.
Yeah, solid contact, but got under it just a bit. It's not the first time this evening that that's happened to him either. I mean, you can tell, Graham, by his swing, he is close to jacking one at this point. I mean, it's coming around, and we knew it would.
So it'll bring up Kaysen Haggard, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Only man in this bottom three of the order that's had a hit so far in this game, and he is going to drop another one in. Being waved around to come home is Dino Tharp. It's going to be close at the plate. The throw won't even make it in. The right fielder for Martinsville, Bennett Newey, still had the ball in his hand when he had an easy play at the plate.
Well, he dropped it on the transfer. He came up ready to throw and then lost the baseball on the transfer, so decided to eat it, concede the run, and then keep everybody else at bay.
So Farrell moves over to second. Haggard has his second single of the day, and it's an RBI as Dino Tharp comes in to score the third run of the inning for the Disco Turkeys. It brings up Dane Stewart, the number 9 hitter. He watches that one come in, low, ball 1. And this is where Carolina really has a shot to make something happen because they have been phenomenal with 2 outs this year. All 10 runs that they scored the last time they played the Ponies were recorded with 2 outs. And if Stewart can get on base as he fouls one off, it's 1-1. Dion
Nice play,
Tubbs,
Dion.
who just made that catch off the netting, is the leadoff man, and he's on deck. Disco Turkey's just 2 batters away from batting around in the bottom of the 5th.
Got a Wake Forest chant for the Demon Deacon 9-hole hitter going on here.
Off and running, it's a double steal. It was a hit and run, but safe at third is going to be Kix Farrell. A double steal works, even though Stewart missed on the hit and run swing. So now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
And it's the 2 infield buddies from West Texas A&M that complete the double steal.
How about that? Van Bogart up to 97 pitches.
Not even through 5 full now.
That one's high, ball 2, count even. Coming in on the throwback to the pitcher and tagged out. Kix Farrell got a little too eager. It was a great read, but just not able to execute it in time. It's out number 3, so Stewart will come back up to the plate when we get to the bottom of the 6th. But Carolina has broken this one open. It's 5-1 going to the top of the 6th, and the Disco Turkeys are rolling. Hey Ostentation Nation, visit the Foul Territory Team Store today in order to grab all of your favorite Carolina Disco Turkeys merchandise to show your team spirit. You can visit the team store at Truist Stadium during our next home game tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. or at discoturkeys.com. We'll welcome you back to Truist Stadium where the Martinsville Ponies are up to bat. There has been 2 defensive substitutions for the Disco Turkeys. DJ Musser is in for Dino Tharp at first base. And Jeff Davis has made his way out to left field in place of Henry Kohler. If I had to venture a guess, Musser's appearance is because Dino Tharp might be making a relief pitching appearance at some point in this game. should the score hold. You don't want to throw AC Plum or Ben Tanman out there if you don't have to.
Exactly. He's going to continue to eat innings and get outs. You ride with it.
Speaking of eating innings, Nick McAdon is back on the mound to start the top of the sixth. Both McAdon and Van Bogart, making it through 5, have officially become the pitchers of record for their respective teams. So Van Bogart is on the hook for the loss should the score hold for Carolina's favor. McAdon is working quickly. He's behind 2-0 to Noe. Farrell ranging over, a jump throw, and a pick in time. What a play!
Are you kidding me? Look, we know Kix is a Yankees fan and a big fan of Derek Jeter. He just pulled one straight out of that book. Oh, my goodness. Somewhere in Miami, Derek Jeter is smiling from seeing that one.
What a play. Kicks Farrell. Have yourself a week. Farrell has been outstanding in the field this entire week, dating back to last Saturday in Boone. And Chitwood will ground it back to Farrell. Easier play that time, and a second straight G6. Farrell records the first 2 outs of the inning all by himself.
Oh, I love this kid. The way he commands himself out there, whether it's at shortstop, whether it's at third, he just plays defensively with so much confidence and so much range. It's such a joy to watch.
So how about this? Nick McAdon has recorded 7 straight groundouts. Each of the last 7 batters, make this number 8 perhaps. Kicks Farrell, what an inning, 3 consecutive groundouts. And that's 8 straight for Nick McAdon. He is forcing the ground ball to perfection right now. The Ponies go down in order, 1, 2, 3 on 5 pitches in the top of the 6th, and as quickly as the inning began, we're back to the bottom of the 6th. Carolina gets their chance to extend this lead in the bottom of the 6th right after this. We're back here at Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It'll be Dane Stewart making his way back into the box after his last plate appearance was cut short in the bottom of the 5th after Kix Farrell was tagged out at home trying to catch Kobe Van Bogart sleeping. But safe to say, Farrell atoned for his mistakes on the base paths with a phenomenal defensive half inning. He recorded all 3 outs by himself, G6, 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 as the Ponies went down in order. Quickly, Dane Stewart is behind 0-2. Van Bogart up to 100 pitches now. He's no stranger to high pitch counts. He's the workhorse, so to speak, for this Martinsville team. He's had to work today. Here's the 0-2. Stewart fouls that one off. He'll stay alive for at least one more pitch.
Yeah, good hack right there to spoil it.
We'll give you an update on the line scores. The Ponies threw 6 innings, have 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error in the field. The Disco Turkeys threw 5 and half of a plate appearance, 5 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Stewart. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. The big innings for Carolina have been key. They scored 2 in the 3rd and 3 in the 5th. Here's the 1-2. High and outside, ball 2. Stewart's evened the count up.
I've liked what I've seen out of him at the plate in the 9 spot, and the one thing when you bat in that spot is good at-bats.
A slow speed pitch is fouled off by Stewart. He got very loud contact on that ball, but did not hit it in the direction that he wanted to.
Yeah, but it was a good swing, though, for sure.
Dion Tubbs, the leadoff man, is on deck. Struck out looking his last time up.
And Christian Ezel appears to be in the hole.
For Logan Conklin. Here's the 2-2. That
Look
one's
out.
inside.
Behind him.
I have no idea how that did not hit Dane Stewart, but the count's full. 105 pitches now for Kobe Van Bogart. Full count pitch, here it is. Fouls it off. That's effectively a changeup.
I don't know what it is at this point.
And despite the fact that Kobe Van Bogart has hit the triple digit
And then some.
Amount in his pitch counter, there is still no one up in the Martinsville pen. Here's the 3-2. Stewart skies that one a mile high, first base side, and getting under it to make the catch is Grayson Chitwood for out number 1.
It is a ghost town in that Martinsville bullpen down there, down the left field line. I mean, there's tumbleweeds blowing.
And I don't know why, because they're out there in the field. There are at least 7 players on the Martinsville bench right now. One way or the other. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
As Carolina has jumped all over Van Bogart. I'll be honest, this is quite the opposite of what I expected. Van Bogart had been dealing in his last couple of starts, and this is just the opposite of it here. 1-0 count. Dion Tubbs at the plate. I watched that one go by, called strike 1. So Dane Stewart now 0 for 3 on the day after that pop out. Here's the 1-1 to Dion, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out, doubled, and struck out looking. 2-1 to Tubbs. He squares the bunt, but it's called strike 2. As he pulled back on it.
Mike should have thought about dropping that one down. It looked like a good pitch to do it on.
And Ezel is, in fact, in the on-deck position for Logan Conklin. Tubbs swings and misses on it.
Well, there's the velo.
Says he fouled it back, but Kobe Van Bogart pulled that one out of his hat. It's strike 3, Tubbs' second consecutive strikeout, and it's out number 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It'll bring up Christian Ezel.
He reared back for that one big time. So he still got the velo, we know that.
Carolina holding on to a 4-run lead. Here's the first pitch to Ezel. Slow speed. That one's deep. Going into left field on the warning track, and it's off the wall. Thought Ezel might have had a home run, but instead it's going to be a stand-up double for the Brevard College catcher.
Did you see the bat flip? I mean, he thought he got it. We thought he got it. Everybody in the ballpark thought he got it. And just a couple of inches away from a home run.
And that is why you put him in the lineup. Even though Conklin was 2 for 2, he'd made it to third every single time he'd come up to the plate. Was sagged out at home, scored twice, and has 1 RBI on the day. That will be Conklin's final line, but this will bring up Austin St. Laurent with 2 outs. Singled and scored his last time up. Austin watches that go by as we'll see Jeff Davis come into the on-deck circle. He is officially in for Henry Kohler in the cleanup spot. A big hearty cut from St. Laurent is in there for strike one.
Can you blame him?
One is a swing and a miss from Austin, strike two. We'll update you on the shadow tracker all the way over to where the second baseman would stand for double depth now.
And if on your over-under you had infield engulfed by sixth inning, you win no prizes.
Called strike three for Austin St. Laurent. He's none too happy about it, but Kobe Van Bogart strikes out the side. He's up to 117 pitches now and still throwing very well. We'll go to the top of the seventh. When we come back, 2/3 of this game are down, and Carolina holding onto a 4-run lead as AC Plum heads out to the mound. We're back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where there's a bit of a double switch going on. AC Plum has made his way to the mound for Nick McAdon, who has taken his place in the Carolina dugout. And Caleb Smith has come on for Dane Stewart, and Jeff Davis has moved from left to right field. So it'll be Graham Dalton, the shortstop, starting things off here in the top half of the seventh inning for Martinsville.
Double-barreled action in the Carolina bullpen also. Scout Nichols, and it looks like Ben Tainman.
First pitch from Plum misses badly, 1-0.
He actually called our home plate umpire. No, that's not Scout Nichols that's out there, so I'll go get the errant ball. That's Dino Tharp and Ben Tainman that are warming
I don't
up.
want to say I called it, but
You did.
I called it.
You did.
Tharp with only one inning pitched on the year, but it was a good one. Good sign from Plum as he finds the strike zone on that one, 1-1 count. This is Plum's second relief appearance on the year. He's kind of gotten knocked around this season, not the start that he'd wanted, but an opportunity to get back into it. You can see the velo right there.
You also see the delivery where that, we talked about it before where he's almost throwing too far downhill. That time he came too far over the top, and that's why he's missing up and in.
Only 7 hits allowed on the year. Called strike two will get him back even in the count, 2-2.
And that's the thing. A lot of the damage against him has been somewhat self-inflicted.
Yeah, he's thrown 4 2/3 innings pitched in 3 appearances, 12 walks, 12 earned runs, and 7 hits. Here's the 2-2. Grounded back to him through his glove. What do you know? Kicks Farrell, and Musser can't pick that one up for him.
That's a tough play for DJ, but I'm still trying to get over AC throwing his glove at it. You know what that reminds me of? I know you're probably too young to remember this. Orlando Hernandez, a.k.a. El Duque, it was a Yankees-Red Sox game back in 2003. Ground ball back to him, got stuck in his glove.
Oh, and he throws the glove.
El Duque said, you know what? Fine, I'll just throw the whole glove with the ball in it.
And that's completely legal. So it's an infield base hit and an error. Charged to DJ Musser. Charged to Kix Farrell. Uncharacteristic of him. And the first pitch to Hunter Hutchins is fouled off. 0-1. Off and running is Graham. The pitch inside, the throw not in time, and Graham is safe at second.
A real good jump that time, too. And we saw Plum's last start in Boone. They ran all over him and then some, so Martinsville seeing a little bit of the same thing in his delivery. Newman was
and
behind the plate for that as well. Exactly.
Here's the 1-1 from AC Plum with Graham Dalton on second. That one's grounded to second. The play to be made by Haggard, and the throw is in time. Musser with no problem on that one, but it'll move Dalton over to third.
Important first out, though.
And this is something you can work with if you've got a 4-run lead like Carolina does.
Exactly.
So it will bring up Shaheem Pennell. He's 0 for 1 on the day, walked his first time up, and grounded out to the third baseman, Austin St. Laurent, to end the inning.
A big bat in the lineup. Guy with one swing gets you right back in the ball game. Good
First pitch. Called strike one. This is the best we've seen AC Plum so far this season.
And this is what we knew he was capable of, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is what we expected coming into the year.
Exactly.
0-1 pitch. Blew it.
There's
by
the velo.
Pennell. That's what you like to see out of your bullpen. 0-2 count.
If I had to guess, 94, 95 probably. In on the hands. I mean, you're pretty much hanging up at that point.
That's unhittable.
You ain't getting around on that.
0-2 to Shaheem Pennell. AC Plum delivers, and it's high and inside, ball one.
I like the idea going right back inside, though. He had him tied up in knots, attacked the same exact spot.
One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. High heat from AC Plum for the strikeout and out number two.
Did you hear the mitt?
How could you not?
Oh, my goodness.
They heard it all the way in Texas.
They heard it back at Rice.
That's where I was going with that one.
Okay, good. Just making sure we're on the same page.
So a big out number two for AC Plum, and he's 1 out away from stranding a runner at third.
Low.
High and in. We've seen that miss a couple of times so far. It's ball one.
I like the way he's coming inside on guys, though.
Oh, I like that, too. He's not scared. 1-0 from Plum. Grounded to short. This could be it. Farrell on to Musser in time. Out number three, and AC Plum works his way out of an inning. And he struts himself back to the dugout with some confidence. The big man, 6'7" of him.
You'll love to see it.
It's the seventh inning stretch here in Carolina. And the Disco Turkeys will come to bat here in the bottom of the inning after this. We're back here in Winston-Salem. Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me as we start the bottom half of the 7th after Boogie and the new co-mascot Disco Dave led the fans in an enthralling rendition of the 7th inning stretch and Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And Kobe Van Bogart, all 117 pitches of them, are back onto the mound. For some reason, with his team down 4, through 6 innings, he's allowed 12 hits, and he's faced with Jeff Davis for his first plate appearance. Takes the first pitch, called strike 1.
No teal armband, but I'm sure proud of his Reagan Raiders, who will play Fuquay Varina for the 4A state title this weekend.
Davis skies that one high into center field. Pennell settling underneath it. You hear the Disco Turkey calls, and it's not enough as Pennell will grab that one for out number 1. The final line for Henry Kohler, 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice, but he did reach on 2 separate walks. And he was tagged out 2 separate times. It's DJ Musser making his first plate appearance of the game as well. Musser has played very well in the field lately. Here's the 0-1 to him. It's high for ball 1. But the bat has not been there for the Carolina University product. Hope he can turn things around here, as Carolina would love to have their first base runner of the inning. Here's the 1-1. He'll swing and ground that one to second. A hot shot. Picked up easily, though, by Burnett, and it's out number 2.
Good sign. Solid contact, though. One of the better swings we've seen from him so far. Something to build off of for sure.
The final line for Dino Tharp, who he came in for. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored as well as an RBI. So it'll bring up Kix Farrell for his 4th time tonight. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 RBIs. Career day for the Disco Turkey shortstop.
On both ends of the scorecard, as I alluded to.
The 1-0 is grounded hot to third, but foul.
Now, Kirk was trying to outdo him right there. I think he pulled something. Careful over there, Coach. We need you out there. Can't be pulling a hammy down there.
If we take a count, Kix Farrell is responsible for 6 putouts. That's 2 full innings worth of outs in the field for Carolina. Great day in the field and a phenomenal day at the plate, but in this at-bat, he's behind 1 and 2.
That is the great thing about the game of baseball, is that every time you come to the ballpark, you are guaranteed to see something you have never seen before.
It's a 2-2 count to the West Texas A&M infielder. Here's the 2-2. Hot shot, 4 for 4, Kix Farrell.
Forget the Wendy's 4 for 4. Kix Farrell's is much better.
And it'll bring up Trey Newman, who could use some of that positive mojo that Kix has got going for him. Kix 4 for 4, Newman behind him 0 for 3. Would be a great time to turn it around, though. He's been putting on some great swings.
Yeah, as I said last AB, he's close. You can tell. He's close to finally getting a hold of one.
Kobe Van Bogart, 127 pitches now, the most that any player, home or away, has thrown in a Disco Turkeys game this season.
Might be the most in the league entirely.
Would not be surprised.
I'd be shocked if someone's outdone that to this point.
Case and Haggard on deck. Here's the 1-0 to Newman. Outside, ball 2. That one was very close, though. This will be pitch number 130. Speaking of things you've never seen before at a ballpark, this is one of them.
Yep.
And still nobody up in the Martinsville bullpen. And Ephus is in for ball 3.
Home plate umpire's not doing him any favors.
And I
either.
really don't know how you can throw anything other than that when you've already thrown 130 pitches.
Exactly. How do you have anything left in the tank at this point?
3-0 count to Newman. Here's the pitch over the heart of the plate, called strike one. The Disco Turkeys have 13 hits on the day compared to just 4 for Martinsville. Also helping out the Disco Turkeys are the fact that they've only committed 2 errors in the field. Here's the 3-1, hot shot to short, a great diving stop, and a throw across the diamond will lead Chitwood off the bag, but credit Graham Dalton with a great play.
Yeah, Farrell's at third if he doesn't stab that. I mean, pretty much automatically with his speed. That's a heck of a play to keep that on the infield.
But with Newman's speed as well, that's an infield base hit.
Exactly.
That was a phenomenal diving stop and an even harder throw compared to the stop. Just couldn't make it in time for the out. So Trey Newman has his first hit of the day. And he'll bring up Kason Haggard. And Haggard skies that one into right, and that one will drop. Being waved around is Farrell. The throw, not in time. It's 6-1 Carolina after the single from Kason Haggard. That's his second RBI of the day and his third hit.
Good add-on insurance right there, and a good swing as well. That was one of those off-speed pitches on the outer edge. Took what was given to him, and now we're going to have a mound visit. Could this be it?
133 pitches in, Kobe Van Bogart might finally be getting put out of his misery.
Maybe not.
The Disco Turkeys have absolutely jumped all over Kobe Van Bogart today. Through 6 2/3, 15 hits, and 6 runs across and counting. And give Van Bogart credit, he has pitched very well.
He's battled, for sure.
5 strikeouts on the day. And that'll do it for number 17 on the bump. What a day it was.
Tip of the cap to him.
And a phenomenal outing in terms of endurance. And finally being brought in relief is going to be Hunter Hutchins. And the first batter he'll face is his collegiate teammate, Caleb Smith.
Fitting.
You can hear the fans in the crowd shouting happy birthday to Hayden Setzer, who should be back in the lineup soon for Carolina. That's going to be a big get when he can come back.
It's a big bat that's been missing from this lineup for some time. That would be a huge jolt.
Final line for Kobe Van Bogart, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 133 pitches, 15 hits, 1 error in the field behind him, 6 earned runs, 6 runs on the board in general, and a slew of batters faced. The Disco Turkeys went through the order 4 times on him. And this is the best offensive performance we've seen from the Disco Turkeys in quite some time. If you want to be a Debbie Downer and look for something negative you can take from this for Carolina, they've stranded
Why would you do that?
They've stranded at least 1 runner in every single inning. This game could very easily be 10-0.
Fair point.
At least. But it'll be up to Caleb Smith to see if he can keep this 2-out rally going. Kason Haggard just extended it with an RBI single. So he stands at second after advancing to second on the throw home, where Kix Farrell scored. Trey Newman is standing on third, so 2 runners in scoring position for Caleb Smith, and that is a recipe for disaster for the Ponies because Caleb Smith is tied for the team lead in RBIs He went 2 for 2 last night with 2 singles. In the last game, he went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And in the game before that, he was 1 for 4 but had hard hit balls every time that he came up to the plate. So a big spot for Caleb Smith. Final line for Dane Stewart, who he replaced. 0 for 3 with a ground out, a strikeout, and a pop out. First pitch from Hutchins is some heat, but it's inside for ball 1.
Bringing it early and wasting no time. Goodness. Oh.
That one misses as well. Pretty dangerous miss. It's 2-0.
Yeah, up in the kitchen of Caleb Smith. That'll wake you up a little bit.
Dion Tubbs on deck. Here's the pitch from Hutchins. That one is in there. Strike 1. That kid's got some velo on his stuff.
Yep. It was a good spot, too, at the knees.
Two-one to Caleb Smith. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-2. I'll tell you, if Caleb puts a swing on a pitch like that comes in that quickly, it's going out even faster.
Yeah, if he gets around on it for sure, but behind it. Well, now
Hard
he knows,
not to be.
Now he knows it's coming. He's gauged
2-2.
it.
Here's the pitch. That one is lined sharply foul right side.
Good hack, though. Again, a little bit late on it, but you can tell from those 2 swings, now he's starting to calibrate it. So if I'm Hutchins, I'm not coming back in with a fastball. I'm trying to fool him here, 2-2.
Here's the 2-2 again. Outside, ball 3. And Hutchins in danger of loading the bases for Dion Tubbs. Tubbs is 1 for 4 today, but the time that he did get a hit, it was a big one. A leadoff double. Should have been a single, but Pinnell wasn't able to get the ball in time, and he came around to score. Here's the 3-2. Swung on by Smith. That one's high into left, but it's directly at the new left fielder. Number 16, not sure of a name, but he'll make the catch for out number 3, and the threat is finally quelled by the Ponies. So Kobe Van Bogart's day is mercifully done after 6 2/3 innings pitched. It'll be AC Plum coming back out onto the mound for inning number 8. We're back with more Disco Turkeys baseball after this. We're back here in Winston-Salem where the Disco Turkeys hold on to a 6-1 lead, on track for perhaps their second consecutive win to start off this homestand. And AC Plum is back out. It's Nick O'Dare stepping in. He came in for Hunter Hutchins in the field, but he's going to be hitting in Justin Steen's spot. That's sharply hit to Kaysen Haggard. Great diving stop and the throw in time. What a play by Kaysen Haggard for out number 1.
Now that is some stick-to-itiveness right there. Heck of a play first off to knock it down and take a chunk out of the outfield grass while he's at it. And then make a strong throw to get a pretty fleet-footed O'Dare at first.
So I think what Martinsville may have elected to do is put O'Dare in Steens' spot in the batting order so that he did not have to lead off the inning. And it'll be a switch, just a positional switch between Steens and O'Dare from left and designated hitter. First pitch from Plum is in there for a called strike 1. AC doing good work on the mound in this appearance. Oh, 1. Swung on in a sharp line drive into right. Davis was playing very far in, but a sliding catch for out number 2.
Wow. The defense is on full display this afternoon from Carolina. Great play after great play after great play. They're just racking up the web gems today.
And if you're Martinsville, what can you do?
Nothing. I mean, you just got to tip your cap. I mean.
And Kurt Cabana's seen about enough of that. He's telling Davis, you see him make the motion with the hand behind the head. That means back up. And with Bennett Noe at the plate, it's not a bad idea. Here's the first pitch to him. It's low for ball 1.
Chase Jesse is loosening in the Carolina bullpen.
And that is a phenomenal sign.
That's a great sign.
Jesse looked like he suffered some sort of injury after he got pulled after just 1 inning in that start that he had in Boone this past Saturday. So good to know that he's back, because we had no idea of the severity of that injury.
It looks like he is wearing a sleeve on that left arm, though, so
And
maybe an extra precaution.
His throwing partner is Ben Tanman. So perhaps him staying loose as well in the event that he needs to come in. AC Plum has fallen behind 3-0 to Bennett Noe at the plate. Hudson Rowe is on deck for Grayson Chitwood. Here's the 3-0. Swung on and fouled off of the mask of Trey Newman. It's 3-1. And the Disco Turkeys are just 4 outs away from what would be their second consecutive win, as a pitch gets away from the bullpen. Tomorrow night, we'll be back here at Truist Stadium as the Disco Turkeys take on the Greensboro Monarchs, their first meeting in history. 3-1 pitch from AC Plum is popped up foul, and he'll get back into the count. 2 straight strikes after falling behind 3-0.
Won't be the end of the week here either, Graham. Got 2 more this weekend.
That's absolutely right. Saturday, you'll have the call as Boone comes to town for the first time. And then on Sunday, we're back here at 2 p.m. Only game this weekend that does not start at 5:35. 2 p.m., the Monarchs will make the trip back up I-40 to come and see the Disco Turkeys again for the final of 5 games here at home.
And then 4 more next week, July 1st through the 4th.
3-2 pitch to Noe, misses high and in for a walk.
And you touched on it, Graham. It's an important stretch for this ball club.
A chance by the time that we're done with this stretch of home games by the end of July 4th to possibly get back up to 500 for Carolina. Next week, a meeting in Thomasville at the Locos, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, The Disco Turkeys will host in order the Owls, Bigfoots, Monarchs, and Locos.
First two of that are vitally important.
Vitally important as they're within the Textile League. First pitch to Rowe is fouled off first base side. .24 pitches now for AC Plum, soon to be 25. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled off yet again by Rowe. And AC Plum one pitch away from sending us to the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 0-2 from Plum. Grounded back towards the mound. This is going to be a tough play from Haggard. He'll field it. The throw to Musser in time for out number 3.
Great charge.
The infield has been borderline flawless today in Winston-Salem, and it has benefited Carolina greatly. They head to the bottom of the 8th. One last chance to pad the scoreboard before we go to the top of the 9th. It's a 5-run lead as it stands. Carolina on top, 6-1. We're back here in Winston-Salem. It's Dion Tubbs, the leadoff man, leading things off, and the first pitch is high heat from Hunter Hutchinson. And it's a swing and a miss, strike one for Dion. He struck out each of his last 2 times up. The time before that was a double, and he came around to score that trip around the bases. Here's the 0-1. Tubbs squaring to bunt. He'll pull back in time, ball 1. And for Hutchins, you got Caleb Smith to fly out on a full count to end the inning, coming in relief of Van Bogart in the bottom of the 7th. Tubbs will take that pitch, called a ball, 2-1. Ezel is on deck with St. Laurent in the hole. Here's the 2-1, outside, ball 3. Here's a 3-1. Big swing and a miss from Tubbs. It's fouled off, strike 2.
And the 3-1 swing for sure right there. Trying to hit that back towards Carolina U's campus over there.
Here's the 3-2, fouled off yet again by Tubbs. Count still full. Want to thank you for joining us on the Carolina Disco Turkeys YouTube. We'll be here all weekend long, Brett and I, bringing you Carolina Disco Turkeys action as we head into the weekend portion of this homestand. A couple of exciting games on the dock. Here's the 3-2, and Tubbs will take that one, ball 4. He's aboard for the second time today. Always a pleasure whenever we get to see Dion Tubbs with free range on the bases.
No doubt about that.
And a side note, that is the second consecutive plate appearance that has been worked to a full count against Hunter Hutchins. Only 2 batters faced, already up to 14 pitches.
See if Christian Ezel can get another hold of one here.
He just missed a home run in the bottom of the 6th, the
By a matter
double
of
off
inches.
the wall. Tubbs is off and running. This will be his 9th stolen base of the year, not even close.
Didn't waste any time, did he?
He's now 9 for 10 on stolen base attempts this season. And to the man who threw him out, props to you. We'll have a stoppage as a ball, I believe, got loose from the Carolina pin. Ezel is behind in the count 0-1 after he took, knowing that Dion was off and running.
Chase Jesse is still loosening out there.
And I believe we'll see him come in as the de facto closer. Would probably be Scout Nichols if he hadn't pitched last night. Here's the 0-1. Big cut from Ezel. 0-2 now. Ezel on the year has 2 extra base hits and 6 hits in total. Here's the 0-2. Inside, ball 1.
Good take. A lot of guys will try and chop that sinker down and in.
And at the catcher position, the Disco Turkeys have an embarrassment of riches, is what I'd
Exactly.
call it.
Yeah, I would
Ezel,
agree.
Logan Conklin, and Trey Newman. Tubbs, throw back to second. He didn't see the second baseman Burnett sneaking in to hold him on, and he was very fortunate to get back in time. Thought that was trouble brewing for sure.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was happening in slow motion from up here.
Here's the 1-2. And Ezel will take that one. Ball 2. Count even.
They didn't miss by much, though.
Austin St. Laurent is on deck. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Struck out looking to end the 6th his last time up. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hutchins' first strikeout of the afternoon. Comes at a good time for Martinsville. And St. Laurent getting some advice from Ezel as he's on his way back to the dugout. Jeff Davis is on deck now.
Number 12.
So Austin St. Laurent looking for his 3rd hit of the game. St. Laurent's batting average is sky high right now. Was .429 coming into the game, and it's only gotten better since then. He recorded his 7th and 8th hits of the year. One thing that St. Laurent has not done phenomenally well this season is bring in runs. He just hasn't had the opportunity to. Only 1 RBI on the year, and with Tubbs out there at second, a base hit would surely score him.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even a hard hit ball to left could still score him with his speed.
And this is the 4th time a ball has come out of the Carolina bullpen in the middle of an at-bat. I believe the reason why is that Logan Conklin doesn't have his full set of pads on out there. Here's the 0-1 to St. Laurent. Tubbs is off and running for 3rd. A pitch out. Still not in time. Tubbs able to stay on the bag.
Wow.
And he's safe at 3rd. Now that is the definition of speed kills. How do you pitch out,
And
tie it
still
into a right-handed batter,
and the guy's going to 3rd, too.
and still you steal the base? 10th steal of the year for Dion Tubbs. He leads the team. Congrats to him. Meanwhile, Austin St. Laurent has fallen behind 1-2, after he took that one for strike 2 on the 1-1 count. So a big sac fly here, or even a ground ball, would be phenomenal. Here's the 1-2, and he fouled it off. Good job by St. Laurent to stay alive for at least one more pitch.
Yeah, and a tough pitch to get a piece on as well. Fastball in.
.23 pitches now for Hutchins. 1-2. High, ball 2. And the time on the scoreboard here in Winston now shows 8 o'clock p.m. 2 hours and 25 minutes since first pitch. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Austin St. Laurent goes down looking for the second consecutive at-bat. And it's 2 straight strikeouts for Hunter Hutchins.
That's a really good pitch on the outer half, though. Not much you can do if you're Austin St. Laurent.
So it will bring up Jeff Davis, who's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Evening, I should say. As we'll give you the final shadow tracker of the day. It's made its way all the way out to the right field warning track.
And still where the right fielder is playing, he is in the only part of the field that is in the sun.
Good check swing from Jeff Davis. The ball was outside. It's 1-0. Davis flew out to center field his first time up. And only time up. Came in for Henry Kohler in the top of the 6th. Didn't make his first appearance at the plate until the bottom of the 7th, though. And Davis came in left field and then moved to right as Caleb Smith came in for Dane Stewart. Here's the 2-0 to Davis. Held up on that one, but it's in there anyway, 2-1. So if Carolina holds on to win this game, they'll move to 5-9. Carolina currently is 4 games back of the Boone Bigfoots for first place in the Textile League. That's a called strike. I don't know how. It nearly hit Davis on the elbow, and he wasn't crowding the plate that much.
Not a whole lot to say on that one.
Back to what I was saying after we can shake off that pitch.
Yeah, we'll skip past that.
Boone is in first. Statesville's half a game behind. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a mitt from Jeff Davis, and Hutchins strikes out the side after a leadoff walk to Dion Tubbs. So Ezel, St. Laurent, and Davis strike out in order. Tubbs is stranded on third, and we'll head to the top half of the 9th. I'll give you the final update on the Textile League standings when we come back. We're back here for the top of the 9th. 3 outs left for the Carolina Disco Turkeys. All that stands between them and win number 2 in 2 games of this homestand. It's Chase Jesse coming in the closer role. Good sign to see him back after he left with an injury in his start in Boone this past Saturday. He'll be tasked with the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Martinsville, and it starts with Lucas Boziger. He's 1 for 3 with a triple, a strikeout, and a ground out. And for the Ponies, they lost last night, an absolute barn burner between the Ponies and the Statesville Owls. 20-13 was the final score.
Sure that wasn't a football game that broke out?
Yeah, you show up to the ballpark and a football game shows out. To be fair, we did see the Ponies throwing the football around the last time we were in Martinsville, and Chase Jesse comes out with heat. First pitch, swing and a miss from Boziger, strike 1.
To be fair, he never missed a beat on the mound, did Chase Jesse?
No, he did not. Strike 2, Chase Jesse getting ahead early. We'll take you around the Textile League very quickly. Boone is in first place right now with a record of 7-4. Statesville just half a game behind, 6-4 record. 0-2 from Jesse is outside, ball 1. Carolina is sitting in third at 4-9, and if they hold on, it'll be 5-9. They'll move to just 3.5 games back of Boone and 3 games back of Statesville for second place. And in fourth and last are the Catawba Valley Stars, who have played a whole lot more games than everybody else, and Chase Jesse is feeling himself on the mound. Strike 3. What a performance in just one plate appearance, but he is throwing heat right now.
Does the sleeve give him special powers?
It's got to be the sleeve. It's got to be.
It's got to be the sleeve.
Number 8, Graham Dalton.
So it'll bring up a pinch hitter for Martinsville. After Jesse got that last batter to strike out looking, the first pitch to a mystery man for Martinsville. We do not have...
Special presentation.
I apologize. That is not a pinch hitter as it had been announced. It's Graham Dalton, the everyday shortstop. It is an 0-1 count to him. He's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, a run scored, and no RBIs. Here's the 0-1. It's high for ball 1. As I was saying, the Catawba Valley Stars are in last place. They're a game back of Carolina. They've got a record of 6-13. They've played far and away the most games in the Textile League. They have more losses than any other team has games played, and they still have won 6 games. So that just goes to show how many games they've played compared to everybody else. The 1-1 pitch from Jesse is outside, ball 2.
And the level of competition they've played as well.
That is true. They've played various different teams. They have not stuck to just the Textile League and a couple of independent teams in CPL, as has everybody else. For instance, last night, the Catawba Valley Stars no-hit the Piedmont Pride at Truist Point in High Point. Given it was only 7 innings and it was a combined no-hitter, but it was still a no-hitter nonetheless.
Okay, 7-inning no-hitters count, by the way.
Here's the 3-1. It's high for ball 4, and it'll put Graham Dalton aboard with a walk.
There's 5 no-hitters in Major League Baseball here officially. Unofficially, there's 6, but it should be official. Madison Bumgarner threw a no-hitter. It was a 7-inning game scheduled as such. Therefore, it should count. I will take that to my grave.
I can get behind that one. It'll be Hunter Hutchins as
He hit for himself here.
he is hitting for himself. They've killed the DH. I don't know how that wasn't a called strike. It's ball 1
Our
outside.
home plate umpire must be getting paid by the hour.
It's 6-1 Carolina. I'll cut him some slack. On deck is Shaheem Pinnell. Martinsville's a team that likes to go to their bench a lot. I'm surprised that they haven't today. That one is to Musser at first. He can't get to it. And it'll be a single for Hunter Hutchins, helping himself out on the mound.
There's been a de facto pick right there by Dalton at first as the runner. Did not so obviously get in the way of that.
Yeah, a little bit of a screen put on by Graham Dalton. So it'll be 2 runners on for Shaheem Pinnell, and things are getting interesting here in the top of the 9th. The Disco Turkeys still out hitting the Ponies 15-5. Off and running is Dalton for third, and Newman won't even offer a throw. So runners on the corners for Martinsville after that one missed the zone, 1-0. Chase Jesse seems to have lost a little bit of the command that he showed in that first plate appearance, striking out Boziger. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Pennell. I'll eat those words, 1-1.
Yeah, good tailing action right there on the two-seamer from a lefty tailing away from a right-handed hitter. That is virtually unhittable if you can spot it like that every time.
Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2.
I didn't miss by much, but it did miss. Same exact spot, same exact pitch. He's trying to get him to go after it again, and I love the idea.
The Ponies have just been hard to come by base runners in this game. They've left 5 on base in this whole game, which is not bad, considering the fact that they only have 5 hits. They've run themselves into a number of outs on the base paths, and the fielding from Carolina has just been phenomenal, to put it shortly. That 2-1 pitch is in there on the inside corner, 2-2.
Great location.
And I am really loving what I'm seeing in this contest from the bullpen of the Disco Turkeys. A.C. Plum and Chase Jesse were 2 guys that Carolina had planned on being starters, as that one misses outside, full count now. Jesse and Plum both started the season expecting to be full-time starters. They got rocked around a little bit in their first couple of appearances, but they both have pitched pretty well coming out of the pen today, and I don't dislike that moving forward.
No, I love it.
3-2. Grounded to the 5-6 hole. Ranging over is Farrell. He can't get to it. Dalton's going to score. It's an RBI single for Shaheem Pennell.
Well, he's human.
So the first run across for the Ponies since the second inning cuts the lead to 4 for Carolina, and it'll draw out Kurt Cabana. "17 pitches so far through a third of an inning pitched for Chase Jesse."
I'm still 1 pitch away from rolling a ground ball and sending us home.
2 outs are all that stand between the Disco Turkeys and win number 5 on the year. And as you can hear, public address announcer Ken Winfrey in the control room over here at Truist Stadium. Just make sure that you tune in tomorrow night again for Brett and I on the call as the Disco Turkeys take on the Greensboro Monarchs for the first time in franchise history. Either team playing against each other. First year of existence for both teams. Here's the first pitch to Michael Morrison, and it's lined very deep but foul, first base side, 0-1.
Took a hack and a half at it. He just happened to be late.
Morrison 0 for 3 today. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, and then is grounded out to shortstop twice. That one looked like it was over the outside black, but it's called a ball, 1-1, count even.
Great spot, though.
Nick O'Dare is on deck, the number 9 hitter and left fielder. Here's the 1-1 from Jesse. Into center field, Tubbs is going to race for it and get to it. Tagging from second, and wisely heading back is Hunter Hutchins. And Austin St. Laurent had moved over to get the throw from Kix Farrell. Both of them moved over. That's a great play and great display of range from Tubbs.
Yeah, you said it right there. Great range to get into the gap in right center, track that thing, and then make an accurate throw back to the infield to hold the runner at second base.
I don't know how accurate it was, but the most important thing is that the throw kept Hutchins from advancing to third. And now there's just 1 out left for the Martinsville Ponies, and they're in their last gasp. The chant, "Let's go Turkeys" here in Winston. Farrell flaring behind Hutchins at second, wanted to draw a throw from Jesse. And down by 4 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th is not exactly when you want to get your most risky on the base paths, especially when you got 2 on. The tying run is on deck. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball that didn't get back into the zone. It's ball 1 to O'Dare.
The scout Nichols Graham is stretching and throwing and appears to be fully in warm-up now just in case
something goes awry. O'Dare's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him from Jesse. It's high for ball 2. And a back pick to get Pinnell. The throw goes wide.
They had him.
That was a great idea from Newman. Pinnell was in no man's land between first and second.
DJ Musser was not at all expecting it.
I don't think anybody was, to be honest. It was a great idea.
Not even
from
Pinnell.
Importantly, not even Pinnell. But the count's 2-0 to O'Dare. Here's the 2-0. There it is, called strike 1. And the crowd's getting into it now.
A good crowd at that for Thirsty Thursday.
And the crowd for Pride Night tomorrow should be just as good against the Monarchs. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Martinsville down to their last strike. Chase Jesse playing the role of closer. And he's not on line for the save as he came in with a 5-run lead. But he's doing his job up there on the mound right now. Fans coming to their feet here in Winston. The 2-2. Didn't quite get back down. That one was just a little bit high. Had the right idea.
Yeah,
3
you
and
said
2.
a good idea, though, was trying to break that back down right at the belt.
3-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second. They'll move on the pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Disco Turkeys win again. A phenomenal game on both sides of the ball from Carolina, and they get the job done. 6-2 is the final, as Martinsville just wasn't able to do enough at the plate. And that'll do it for us here in Winston. Again, 6-2 final. We'll take you into the rundown in the Roosts for the second consecutive night. 2 straight wins to start off the homestand. Brett, what did you see here tonight? Why did the Disco Turkeys win this game?
Well, first of all, it was timely hitting. It was great at-bats. Everybody in the lineup had really good at-bats tonight. The biggest thing for me, though, pitching and defense. Well, the offense came through. Macadon, Plum, and then Chase Jesse to close that thing out. Phenomenal stuff from all 3 of those guys, pounding the strike zone, coming right after batters, and defensively, great play after great play after great play, all the way around. Team effort victory.
And who would be your player of the game? There's so many to pick from here.
I got to go with Kix Farrell, excuse me. I mean, look, 4 for 4 at the plate. A number of great defensive plays in the field. I mean, just fantastic, fantastic stuff from him all over the diamond on both ends of the scorecard. You wonder why I picked him as my player to watch.
He had a great game, and so did the rest of the Disco Turkeys tonight. Again, the final score here, 6-2 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The Disco Turkeys win again. They advance to a record of 5-9 on the year. They out-hit the Ponies 15-6 and just had it clicking on both sides of the ball tonight. That'll do it for us here in Winston at Truist Stadium. Again, the Disco Turkeys win. For the last time tonight, I'm Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me and Callahan Eshelman making things work on the technical side. Disco Turkeys coming out on top. They're undefeated in the homestand. We're back tomorrow night against Greensboro. Tune in, 5:30.